Then now we can talk about what is trauma, and people think of trauma as being these terrible things that happen to you, and those are traumatic, but they're not the trauma. The trauma is what happens inside of you as a result of those things. And what happens is the shutdown of the self. What happens is a disconnection from the body, a shame about the self. So what happens is a loss of connection to oneself and a worldview that makes it difficult for you to be in the present moment. So trauma ultimately is disconnection from the self and from the present moment. So that instead of you and I talking right now, as I hope we are, as two adults present to ourselves and how we feel then to one another, if we were playing out some traumatic scenario, we would both be driven, or one of us at least would be driven by some past hurt. And then I wouldn't be present at all. You know, and then it would take a lot of consciousness. And if I was acting that way, it would take a lot of consciousness on your part to stay present and to say, well, Gabor, you seem to be very in a lot of pain right now. What's happening for you? You know, how can we reconnect here? You know, that would take a lot of consciousness on your part.
To not be triggered.
Not be triggered.
Myself,
and what happens in life is we trigger one another. We trigger our friends. They trigger us. We trigger our partners, spouses, so on. And then we're not realizing that we're not in the present. Trauma shows up in that disconnect from the self and in that disconnect from the present. And that's what trauma is. And so for that, you don't need tsunamis, and you don't need world wars, and you don't need abuse. Although the more that happens, the more likely you're going to be traumatized. But you can just have parents who just couldn't see you because they couldn't see themselves, because they'd been traumatized.
Go to killibycenter.com, Radical Recovery Summit, to see the full schedule of speakers and to register to watch these free online September 23rd and 24th in the Radical Recovery Summit 2017.